Oh dear. I keep trying to convince friends and family that it's very rare that you'll get a Jehovah's Witness as a true friend. It's all conditional love with them. You can be the friend and they'll go out to a restaurant with you, or go out to the park with you, or whatever it is you're doing. You make up the list yourself. But try to convince people that they're not real friends, because one fag, I'm talking about British cigarette here, I'm not talking about the American version of it, but one cigarette and that's it, finished. You're marked. They'll be very reluctant to have anything to do with you. They will dob you into the elders. There's no two ways about it. They won't say, oh blimey, or well, you sort it out, I don't want to know, or let's talk about this. Or okay, it's your life, do whatever you want to do, but it's a bad life choice. None of that. None of that. Have you noticed how I say things twice? I say things twice. I can't help it. It's repetition for emphasis. Hey! You can't have true friends in Jehovah's Witnesses unless they're aPOSTA friends. I've known people for years and we've socialised, been at different places, but now I disagree with the lies of 7 men in Brooklyn who protect paedophiles. I'm dead to them. I'm seen as worse than the paedophiles that the 7 men in Brooklyn are protecting. And I've said this time and time again. That's repetition for emphasis, isn't it? Just remember that. Repetition for emphasis. And that's something that the Borg knows truly well. That's why they keep repeating all the same old crap in the watchtower, in the duplications and from the platform. Repetition for emphasis. They keep on, they keep on, they keep on, they keep on, until they've hypnotically drummed it into your skull until it becomes second nature. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They're a bunch of idiots. Well, actually, no, they're not idiots. They're very clever cult chairmen of industry types. They're CEOs of a big cult. And they're in it for money and power. Nothing else. They're not men of God. They know what they're doing, otherwise there wouldn't be all the hypnotic language. I've said it before. And sadly, that's why you can't have true friends in Jehovah's Witnesses. Check out the cults. I don't mean to join them, I mean just check them out and their mode of operation, and you'll find that they generally all work the same way. They love bomb you into it. Once you're in, then they introduce you to the weird doctrines that they didn't tell you about before. They'll hold you at arm's length. You'll never have true friends. And anything you say that is contrary to the cult leaders will be held against you. The cult leaders can never be seen as being in the wrong. They're protected by their own BS. They're evil. So fade, get away, just leave cold turkey. Have nothing to do with the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. Get out while you can. Get out while you've got a life. I'm too old now. I've wasted most of my life in that filthy cult. And I don't thank the 7 paedophile protecting perverts in Brooklyn for it either. Goodbye, Watchtower. What can we do to help others not to join the Watchtower? You could join PAWS, P-A-W-S, that Propaganda Techniques has pioneered. Pioneered! Did I use that word, pioneer? Sorry, Craig. Facebook, Fast Apostate Army. But the main thing is to heighten awareness. I think Dale Eastman said about that, heighten awareness. So in my place of work, when I talk to people, I don't bring up the subject of the watchtower, but if anything along those lines comes up, I'll tell them the truth about the shunning, about the paedophile protection, and I have opened a few eyes. I've shown them the article from The Guardian about mentally diseased apostates, and it's just a case of heightening awareness, and I think that's the important thing to make the cult crumble, because most people are not interested in Jehovah's Witnesses. They just think that they're your potty auntie who's, you know, wears a tweed coat and a fluffy brooch and a pink hat with a needle through it, who speaks in a high-pitched voice, and is just sort of her idea of harmless worship of God. But that is not the case. Once they find out about the paedophile protection and the mentally diseased apostate hate speech, it heightens awareness. Yeah, as I say, I suppose most people getting on with their lives, they're not really interested in Jehovah's Witnesses. They just get annoyed when they knock at the door. So I would say probably one of the best things we can do is just to heighten awareness in the way we do it. There's been kind of debate of what do you do when you see publications, duplications, wash towels and those awful books in charity shops. Well, I know somebody who saw them in a charity shop in a hospital, picked them up and said, well, you know, do you really ought to be having this kind of weird cult propaganda in here? And the shop proprietor took all the watchtowers off sale as well, that she didn't even see. So that's a possibility. Another possibility is to have some small stickers with websites like Silent Lambs, Free Minds, various different things. Small stickers to put inside the covers of the publications. If you really must join Jehovah's Witnesses, then do you realise that you won't be able to do this, that and the other? And there's a lot of things they don't tell you. Check out, you know, Silent Lambs and different things. So I suppose that's one way of dealing with it. I personally put all mine in the recycle, because I thought, well, all the trees that the watchtower's destroyed, I might as well at least have this turned into a bedpan or something for a hospital. You know, just use the paper for some betterment of humankind, like a urine pot. It's far more useful than it actually was when it was a watchtower. So there's different options you can take. Heighten awareness and unwitness. What else can we do? And I do that because I feel as if I was betrayed and mind raped by the watchtower. So I need to fight back. I need to do something that is, well, I don't know really, making up for what I lost over the years, and hopefully it will stop other people from losing it as well. So unwitnessing, heightening awareness, I think that's the best that we can possibly do. You can't really argue scripture with Jehovah's Witnesses. I think Truth for JWs was saying, you know, how do you talk to a witness? Well, it depends on the witness, doesn't it, really? And what their mindset is. Some of them that are in, well, they'll stay in ad infinitum. But if we can stop others actually going in the first place, what a blessing that would be. So I'm not saying obsess about it. I'm not saying that we should bring it up at every single conversation we have with people, but where it's appropriate, tell the truth about the watchtower and its weirdness and its evil and how it destroys families and has seen the death of many people through its weirdness. That's what I'm saying. Just heighten as much awareness as possible. And that's all I really have to say about that.